Comes back with another video. What's up? Yo, in my opinion, LA Lakers LA Clippers versus Nuggets happened last night. This was a game which was another example to why I believe that the LA Clippers are the favourites currently in the West, in my opinion. Even though I'm a fan of LA Lakers, I'm not going to be saying be delusional. They are a packed team with depth and with a lot of players who, basically, in my opinion, will get into our teams in the NBA's first five, in my opinion. So, with that being said, Sweet Lou had it going last night as well. They are a team who are packed with depth in their squad. They are a team who this season have not really been able to get out to play a steady level game out. They get out for the big games like against us, the Lakers, maybe Boston, maybe Brooklyn. But for me, when it comes to the big games, they're fine. But when it comes to the teams that aren't so good, they don't tend to perform very well. But with that being said, I'm not going to stand here and be delusional about it. They are the favourites to come out the West, in my opinion. I need to see Frank just perform as a coach and find out a game plan to beat this team, because we need to stop their bench players like Lou and Jackson from going off, in my opinion, to beat them. Because if they are able to go off and score their 20 plus points, then we're going to lose this. Then we'll lose the series, in my view. Now, obviously, we have LeBron James. LeBron James is a person who can go off and score 35 points easily, but we need AD to play well, get 30 points. We need Kuzma to hopefully continue his good form so far in the bubble with another 20 plus point performance. If he was able to do that, that'd be great. Well, back to the game last night. It just showed to me why they are the favourites to win the whole thing, in my opinion. The LA Clippers are a team who, this season, a lot of people in the media have said that they are a good team, but they're not a team which play together that well. And it's true, because the first few games of the NBA season, they were not really in sync as much as you would think they would be. But listen, when you have people like PG and Kawhi on your team, then you have a good chance of winning any game in the NBA, in my opinion. And when you add people on the team like Patrick Beverley and Montrezl Harrell as well, these players are very, very good players. For me, they're not top players, but they're very, very good players, and they know how to get rebounds and get and ones as well. So they are in that team very, very important. Also, guys, when you have people like Shumpert and Jackson on the bench, it helps as well. I mean, listen, man, they have a very stacked team. I just hope, as a fan of LA Lakers, that we perform well in these playoffs, because we need to really improve our defense. Big time. I mean, because we won finally the other night with Kuzma's last shot, but we still need to work on our defensive on the court, in my opinion. But overall, back to the game last night, PG had 20 plus points, Kawhi had 20 plus points, Lou Williams had 20 plus points. When they have 20 plus points, all three of those players, you're in trouble as a player of a team, because you know that you're going to lose that game. You need to, if PG goes off, that's fine. If Kawhi goes off, that's fine. We cannot let PG, Kawhi, and Lou all go off and score 20 plus points to lose that game. More than not, in my view. But listen, man. I will give my opinion on Damian and his 61 points which he scored 2 nights ago. Since Damon is a top player in the league, he's a player who, in my opinion, is arguably the best point guard in the league behind LeBron James and Steph Curry and Luka, in my view. So, listen, Dame is a very, very good player. And he's got a lot of stick from the media because they said that he's not a player who is able to perform at the highest or pressure moments in NBA games, which is a fair point because last year when he faced the Golden State Warriors, it was basically him and CJ versus Stephen Clay. Stephen Clay obviously won that duel, but for me that's not really the prize because for me I would back Stephen Clay to win that duel every day of the week, in my opinion. But listen, Damian is still a top player in the league, and he has had the chance before to leave Portland and join a bigger and better team. He's chose to stay there. But listen, with all that being said, I don't think that he'll win a championship in Portland, in my opinion, because that market is very small, it's very tiny, and I don't see players going to Portland to play with him. And the thing is, Damien says he wants to win the chip there, which is a great phrase, which is great. That is old school mentality. That is superb. But at some point, I have to think. Look, I've been there for X amount of years. I have not won anything. I've not gone to a conference final at all, and I need to maybe change my mindset and try and change my view of my career and try and join a team which will help me win a chip. Because listen, I put Damien with James Harden in the sense that James Harden is another all-star player as well. He's a very talented player as well in the league. He's a man who can get buckets like easily, and he's someone who, for me, is someone who over the past 2-3 years, sort of still stick because in the prime of the playoffs, he's he's basically choked. You know what I mean? So there's more point for James this season, I think, it is for Lillard, in my opinion, because James Harden is someone who needs to this season do one of the playoffs. He needs to at least get to past round 2 in the playoffs for his year to be a success in my view, because James Harden is someone who's got a lot of ability, a lot of skill during the normal season, but in the kind of playoffs, for some reason, he's not able to perform to the same level. Now, some of that is due to the rest, because obviously during the normal season he gets calls quite easily. In the playoffs, they don't call his calls as much, and if that's the case, James needs to find a way to adapt and improve his game come playoff time. But you guys, that's my opinion on the Clippers versus the Nuggets. I'm out. Peace.